The following are some situations that highlight the requirements that are pertinent to trademarks. However, there is no predetermined sequence in which they are supplied. The examples that are presented in the order that is displayed below. Taking into consideration the evidence presented here, it would appear that Volkswagen is most likely working on an electric vehicle that is modeled after the renowned Karmann Ghia. Volkswagen has registered the word Karmann, which is an indicator that the business is working on developing these autos. This implies that Volkswagen is working on developing these automobiles. The fact that Volkswagen registered the word appears to have had a considerable impact, which in turn considerably increased the likelihood of this happening. Because Volkswagen recorded the word, this is the situation that has arisen. As a result of the fact that the word Karmann is still being registered, this is something that has evolved as a consequence of the registration that is already in existence but has not yet been completed. This particular event has occurred as a direct consequence of the fact that the name that has been registered has been registered. This particular occurrence has come about as a direct result of the fact that the name Karmann has been registered. We are currently dealing with a situation that is the direct effect of their registration, which is the circumstance that we are currently dealing with. Specifically, this hypothesis, which is a reference to the fact that, is supported by evidence that suggests that it is feasible to demonstrate that it is true. To put it another way, it is conceivable to demonstrate that it is accurate. Another way of saying it is that the evidence that has been offered here lends credibility to the idea that has been presented. The fact that Volkswagen registered the name serves as the foundation upon which this concept is developed, which is a further insult to the injury that has already been caused. Volkswagen has already been responsible for causing pain. The damage has already been done to Volkswagen. Furthermore, this is the current state of affairs that has arisen as a consequence of the scenario, which is in addition to the fact that Volkswagen registered the name in the first place. For the sake of constructing this idea, the phrase, which acted as the conceptual framework around which it was produced, was the foundation upon which it was constructed. This action was taken in order to further develop the concept. The e-Bully and the e-Beetle, both of which are examples of electric vehicles, are both included in the scope of this target in order to serve the purpose of the company, which is to replicate well-known models as alternatives to electric vehicles. This aim is intended to serve the purpose of the company. In order to fulfill the company's mission, this objective is meant to be achieved. This target will be of great assistance to the organization in achieving its mission, which ultimately will be successful. The organization is able to accomplish its purpose of accomplishing this goal as a consequence of the assistance that is supplied by this target. As a result of this purpose, which is in accordance with the standards that have been established by the organization, these requirements are intended to be satisfied. This action is being carried out with the purpose of bringing the organization that is working toward attaining its goal any closer to achieving it than it was up until this point in time. To be more specific, this is something that is not only a component of the strategic aim that the organization has planned, but it is also something that the business is capable of fulfilling to the best of its ability. As a result of the fact that this is the situation, it is incorporated within the expansive reach of the primary focus that the organization intends to concentrate on. In the course of the discourse that is now taking place on the possibility of making improvements to the building, the following are some of the suggestions that could be taken into consideration at any point during the course of the talk. Within the shape of reinvented Karmann Ghia concept automobiles, it is anticipated that the amazing design of the Ghia will be merged with the most cutting-edge electric technology that is currently available. Occurrence of this kind is something that is expected to take place in accordance with the assertion that was made, which was mentioned in the sentence that came before this one. This is in agreement with the assertion that was made. This theory is backed by designs that were made by fans, which is an essential component that lends weight to the argument due to the fact that it is supported by designs. Fans are the ones who made these designs. The creation of these designs was done by the fans themselves. Fans themselves were the ones who came up with the designs that are seen here. In view of the fact that each and every one of The hypotheses that have been proposed up to this point in time has been taken into consideration. It would appear that this interpretation of the facts is the one that is the most reasonable of all the possible interpretations available to us. At this point in time, those who are enthusiastic about automobiles have put forward a concept that envisions a vehicle that is constructed entirely out of materials that are friendly to the environment, that is equipped with an electric engine that is able to generate 400 horsepower